by the end of the night, he'd eaten 3 kilograms of road grit.
Fair enough.
Hello and welcome to the Phil Shy podcast. I'm Peter Bell, and with me as always, the nicest man in comedy, Paddy Linton.
Hello.
And this week, we've got a very special guest with us, a fantastic comedian. It's Mr. Sean Chalmers.
Arguably the worst person on the... I'm alright, that's honoured, bros.
Yeah. I mean, it was the first question usually, I say usually, we've only had one guest and that got lost thanks to internet pixies, so... Yeah, so
they do exist.
It's what I got called at school. But so the first question would normally be what team do you support, but it's pretty obvious you're a Man City fan then.
No, mate. Partick Thistle. Aye, Man City.
What made you pick Man City?
I just love Saudi money. Nah, mate.
You just love glory.
I just love trophies. Basically, well, being from Scotland, it's like Rangers or Celtic. And my biological family are all Rangers fans. Probably why my dad beat me, that explains why he done that. Right? But I had never really cared, but
Aye.
mate, I remember at school, I once wore a Celtic top. Do you remember the old goalie one?
Yeah.
Right, I wore that, and then I wore a Rangers top on top of it, and then I scored a goal and took the Rangers top off, and there was a Celtic top on. And I was like, yes! And every cunt was just fuming, mate.
How did you not get the shite kicked
That's
out
the
of
best
you?
way to upset both sides,
Aye,
man.
mate, but that's how, like, I'd never cared, mate, about any of these teams. I've been to Rangers and Celtic like games. I went to Henrik Larsson's like testimonial and all that. I didn't give a shit, mate. Like, I was just watching this going, I'm not emotionally invested in this.
Aye.
I don't like it. But basically went down with like my co-host Adam with the Fires podcast. We plug, you know what I mean? he's like being a Man City fan before money, everything.
Aye.
Like huge Man City fan. And he asked me, do you want to go down and see them? And I went, aye, cool, man. And mate, we could have went and seen like fucking Reading for all I cared. It was more like kind of the experience of going down with like my best pal and then just being around in the environment and stuff, and just I watched the football and I went, I actually really love this experience. I'm just going to support them.
Aye.
And they just so happen to be great.
Aye.
Because everybody always thinks, you support them when they were good. And I was like, no, but it could have been like Reading, Millwall, any team, mate. And I supported them just because they like, I love my bro. And I just love them.
Also, on a similar tone, how many people support Man United or even Arsenal or Liverpool that have no association to the city? It's because they were on TV and they played good football. So that idea of you only support them because they're good, most people do. Like for a second team.
Nobody wants to support a shit team.
I know. I mean, I went down to see Hartlepool United the other week. Like, that wasn't the only reason for my trip.
That would be so funny. Somebody else would have. Massive Hartlepool fan.
I love the
I can confirm I'm not a fucking Hartlepool fan.
No,
It did not
not
sway
at
me.
all.
No, it was a very unique experience, that. Well, I was about to say what first got you into football. I'm assuming it was just playing with your pals then, if you weren't.
I was playing with my pals. We played hard. No, I mean, I was never, see the thing is and all, I used to be just a virgin, mate. So I used to just build Legos, mate. And I don't know, like, it kind of hit about, I was like 13.
Aye.
And then all my mates, like, they just went to go play football. And I went, cool. And I'm a genetic freak, mate. Like, I am genetically gifted. Obviously not in height, because I'm legit 5'2".
Yeah.
Yeah. Or hair colour. Or dick size, or anything, to be fair. No, but like, mate, I've got the genetics of an African American when it comes to sports, mate. Like, you know how they're just elite at all of that?
Are we allowed to keep that in?
Aye. They factually are amazing. Like, they're muscle built for sports. They're shit hot, aren't they?
Aye.
Legit, they are, mate. So I'm basically African American, mate. And I basically went and played football, and I was like, you guys suck. And I was like, I'm shit hot at this. I don't know, I just kept playing, and I get pure obsessive with things. So see if I'm shit at something to begin with, I just kind of obsessed till I get better. And then I just kind of got good at it, and just played it all the time. And then I went to college to play football, and I was meant to go to America. And then my dad decided to be selfish and die, so I didn't go.
I hate when they do that.
Also.
So wait, you were actually getting offered like scholarships to go and play?
I joke about it, right? I'm not like this mad revolutionary player. I'm genetically gifted when it comes to sports. I can pick up sports really quickly. Like, I picked up badminton and all that really rapid. Like, I won like the St Andrews Open for badminton.
That might be
That's the gay. That's pretty, mate. Hey, I'm coming out the closet today, guys. No, but like, and I only played that for like a year and a half, and I ended up doing that. Like, I'm really good at like sports, and I wasn't actually that ridiculously good at football. I just picked it up quickly, and I'm obviously like, I was quite quick and like stuff like that. Like the athletic side, I was well better than the skill. And basically during this, do you know Sandy Clark? Like the Rangers legend, like striker. His boy plays professionally as well.
Nicky
Clark, that's it.
Is that not a famous hairdresser?
Sandy Clark?
No, Nicky Clark.
I know,
probably
also
well,
Sandy Clark of St Johnson.
That's what it is, mate. Retired for football to become a hairdresser. And like Alan Murray, like Hearts winger, legend and all that. Like, they were our coaches at college. And basically this guy came in from like scouting for America, like for scholarships. And basically went and just kind of watched us, and then you had to like send footage in. And mate, I had scored a goal for 48 yards out.
That'll do it.
With a left foot, mate. And I don't even know how I done it. This is dead, mate. This is dead weird. But like, I had a dream that I'd, not Martin Luther King style, but that I had done that the night before. Like in my dream, I had scored that goal, and then the day of, I scored that goal, and I was just like, "This is insane." And then that was like sent. All that footage was like sent, and they obviously thought, man, this guy's fucking like Roberto Carlos. And but this is, so I'm in foster care, right? So you have to pay a fee, like an initial fee for them to send all this stuff and to promote you basically to these colleges, because they don't know you because you're obviously a foreign entity. And then the social work refused. They went, we won't pay this £1,000, but if you get into like America, so for your first year you won't get a full ride scholarship, you still need to pay like 10 grand. They're like, we'll pay the 10 grand, but we won't pay the £1,000 to initially get you there.
What age were you?
18.
Could you not raise a grand for somewhere though?
No, mate, I'm dirt poor.
Paddy, you're from Black Hill. How are you raising a grand other than committing crime?
That's what I'm saying.
Commit crime?
And that was pure like a pure setback. And then obviously, then my dad died, and then I was like, and I actually hate football. Like I hated that's how like I like MMA and that better, because it is just down to you. It's a single thing. Like same with badminton, it's a single thing. Like if I work,
use MMA and badminton in the same sentence.
There's no Venn diagram. There's no.
but like,
it's the same as like MMA and badminton.
You use rackets in both sports. So no, but it's that thing of like, so there's 11 men there, right, on the field with you. You could work 100% and the others could work 20%. And I hated that, because mate, you have seen me be somewhat annoyed at things, but when it comes to sport, I can get really fucking angry. So I would lose my lid and be like, what the fuck? Like, do you know what I mean? And I just never really, and I didn't actually just have the passion for it, mate. Like, and it kind of felt as though, I'm stealing this for somebody who actually loves football and wants to make it. Whereas I'm just like athletically quite gifted and all right. And there'd be no point, because I wouldn't have made it, mate. I wouldn't have made it to the MLS.
I don't know, at that point in time, the MLS wasn't the strongest. You'd probably have done all right, to be fair.
I don't know, mate. Nah, just like...
Just you snapping David Beckham.
Just the chance to do that. Like,
who wouldn't want to snap? Mate.
I'd also love to see what would have happened if you fought Ibrahimovic.
That'd be, mate. I'd just take him down, mate. He's got no grappling.
Oh, what is he?
He's got taekwondo.
Taekwondo, mate.
But I found it recently. I think it is an honorary degree, so it
doesn't exist. Then that's like Steven Seagal, mate. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
I still wouldn't want to fight either of them, to be honest.
You wouldn't fight Steven Seagal, who basically doesn't know anything.
He does Aikido.
I know that's real.
I know it's not real, but I still reckon he could kick my cunt and just, maybe not now because he's like 103, but. Yeah, prime Steven Seagal, I'm no fighting. Put it that way. I don't know how we got into Steven Seagal.
That's basically it, man. I just just kind of
that. The second game, was that your first game, or had you been to one up here before that?
No, it was my first time. It was Swansea, and I think we were drawing like one each. And mate, I say loads of fans. Basically, me, Adam, and this other guy, because it's called the Empty Had for a reason. And that's like thousands of people left. They're like, oh, it's a draw. And then Gabriel Jesus literally banked in a double. And me and Adam went ape shit, mate. And I was like, that's amazing. And I went in and got like a top. And you know, Kolarov?
Yeah.
Me and Adam used to call him Bollarov. Because we're children. But I used to love him just for like, see the athletic ability to be able to go from corner flag to corner flag and just ping a ball. Because you know how hard it is to just ping a ball to like 2 yards, mate. I used to love him. He was like my favourite player. Which is mental because he's not obviously that good. He's probably like the worst City player.
No, he was a good left back.
He was always.
But you would think Aguero or De Bruyne or something.
But I was like, Adam loved like Aguero and all that, and I was like, nah, man, Kolarov's the one for me. I just loved him.
So, I was going to say who's the best player you've ever seen, but was De Bruyne there at that point in time?
Yeah, De Bruyne was there, mate. This will surprise you, Leroy Sané.
Yeah, he is class though.
Wow, mate, I've never seen someone so fast in my life.
Yeah.
Not even just like, oh, he'll tap it by, but see the speed of his feet. Like, because where we were sitting, it was as if you were like kind of eye level of him, and he was on the side that we were at, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's ridiculous, man. That's one player, like, I don't hate the fact that he left us because he wanted to go home, mate. Like, and that's that's the only player I would take back. Like, I'd go, oh, come home, Sané, like come back to City, because he just wanted to go away. It wasn't like, Cancelo, like with Pep, like just starts his shite. His ego gets in the way, and you go, no, mate, you are under one of the best minds ever to grace this game. That's how you're that good because of Pep. Pep has improved your game dramatically, and that's
of course,
I can't stand him. It was like when did you see the birthday celebrations? It was like, I can't remember. Just say it was like De Bruyne and then Cancelo have like the same birthday. And it was like, you've put up one of the most historical, greatest footballers of our club, and then one of the people we fucking hate. Do you know what I mean?
Happy birthday, lads.
Happy birthday, bros. And it's like, mate, that was all the comments. Are like, why the fuck is Cancelo there?
I suppose, is he still contracted to City?
He's just out on loan, mate.
And it's at Barca.
But I don't know why. We should just sell him.
It's because if you were to sell him, he's still one of the best fullbacks in the world.
Yeah.
And if you sold him for anything less than like 60 million in this market, that would just be
criminal.
Yeah.
We do it all the time, we don't care. Because
people know you don't want him there and he doesn't want to be there, they're going to be less inclined to pay that, especially Barcelona, because they can't afford anything. So I think it's just a case of just get him at the club for now, and then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Plus, you don't want to sell him to like another Premier League team.
Because Arsenal were supposedly interested in him for
that'd have been a great sign for you, man.
I know, but
White's amazing. Ben White's shit up.
Yeah, he is, but it would have given us another option to put him back in centre back, which is where he was naturally supposed to play. He is a centre back. He's not a right back.
Yeah,
and that is a much better backup than, you know, what's his name, Holding, whatever. I know he's gone now, but because Timber's injured.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So one last question before we get into the weekend: who's the greatest of all time?
Messi, mate? Like it's.
Yeah,
there's
correct.
The World Cup solidifies it.
I mean, I always thought it was obvious before that, because I mean, there's just things I've seen Messi do that I don't think any other player in history has ever been capable of, and he did it so consistently at the top level. He's I can't. There's just go watch a highlight reel on YouTube. It's one of the most. I almost cry when I watch it. I just love the guy.
There's
so
an
much.
example they use in MMA, right? So there's a difference between being an athlete and then there's from being a fighter, right? So when you compare Lionel Messi and Ronaldo, obviously Ronaldo is naturally gifted and stuff, right? But to me, Ronaldo is the athlete in that debate, and Messi is the purest footballer.
Talent,
when you look at the football in mind and everything he does, it's everything's football. Whereas like Ronaldo, the main thing you think about Ronaldo is, that guy's in great shape. When you think of Messi, you go, football. Do you know what I mean?
Just talent.
Yeah. So what's the? I'm trying to think what the MMA example of that is. Although that's probably not the thing for this podcast.
Like Greg Hardy. He's just an athlete that was at heavyweight, could knock you out. And you go, John Jones is a purist MMA fighter.
I was going to go with Mighty Mouse, but John Jones will live as well.
Well, John Jones is because they say, he's just the best at taking in information. So if the coach goes, go left, he goes, no bother, moves there instantly.
Aye.
So he's just adapting in MMA purist, whereas athletes maybe not be able to do that.
Of course, aye. Well, let's get started on the weekend's games.
I will kill myself. On
Well, to be fair, it was quite a surprising weekend for Manchester teams in general, because obviously City lost the second Premier League game in a row for the first time in, I think, 5 years was
a
it?
long time, yeah.
And Manchester United won a Premier League game.
Aye.
Who saw that coming? But we'll get started on Arsenal City then, and I'm not going to be too smug, don't worry. Because see, before the game I was asked what I thought the score would be, and I said it's going to be either 1-0 or 2-1 to Man City, because Saka was out and Martinelli wasn't starting. I just thought we'll be blunt up front. There's going to be no attacking force from Arsenal. And to be fair, there wasn't much, but there wasn't much from City either. Which
Nothing.
Aye.
Legit nothing. Mate, I don't know why we didn't start Doku.
I know.
He absolutely put the fear in your defence.
Of course, yeah. And the only defender we would have had that could have possibly handled him in any way, shape or form is Kieran Tierney.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one that's got anywhere near the speed to try and deal with him. Tommy Asu, God love him, not a quick player.
No.
Ben White is, again, not naturally a right back. No one's going to get anywhere near him.
No, I obviously get Pep is as great and godly as he is to me as a City fan. He's also very frustrating as a City fan.
Aye.
There is countless times in games that we would have won if he just stuck to the game plan or the reality of oh, this guy's really in form. Yeah. Let's play him. But it was the game against Lyon in the Champions League. Terrible tactics.
Or the final against Chelsea, was it?
Yeah, terrible again, mate. And you go, for somebody so clever, it's as if that's that whole ego thing. It's no, my way or the highway, that's it. And
it's almost like he gets worried that he's going to get figured out. And it's like, mate, you've won titles in every country you've been to. Yeah. I don't think people are figuring you out. It's all right.
No. And I would have went, oh, Doku's in form. He's been tearing it up. This particular right back, these two fullbacks aren't the most pacey. We already know Zinchenko.
Aye.
Let's go. Let's just fire this guy on.
Attack this guy.
Attack. But no.
Maybe it's because even though Saka was out, Martinelli didn't start the game, in the back of his head he's going, I need someone that's going to be willing to track back and mark any of their players. Especially if Zinchenko goes into the middle to become that extra midfielder. You need someone that's going to follow him in there. Yeah. And maybe Doku's just not going to do that because he's too new to the squad. He's not used to doing that kind of thing yet.
Yeah, not yet. But we obviously, the main guys is, man, it's we miss Rodri, and that's our issue if you're not buying in the transfer window. Yeah,
I mean, Calvin Phillips is not a suitable replacement for him.
No. He's not sharp enough.
No.
Because Bielsa got the best out of him.
Aye.
And that's it. That's all. His level, he could have maybe went up to Villa.
Aye.
Everton, did you say, was it the other day we were talking about? Everton, he could have been good at.
Everton, old Everton, Ancelotti's Everton, even something like that.
Aye.
I wouldn't disrespect him by saying he should go to Everton now.
I know.
Play that dice ball, man.
He'd actually have been a decent shout for you before Bruno and that came in, because he's that kind of linking player, but he wouldn't get anywhere near that team now.
No.
It seemed to me for a long time in this game they were just happy with a draw.
Both sides looked like they just wanted to play out. And now, I think at half time they were just call this boys.
Yeah, genuinely.
Kovacic should have been sent off twice.
Oh, 100%.
Twice. The first one should have been a red, and the second one was definitely yellow.
The second one's definitely a yellow. The first one being a red, I don't know. If it's one of those things, if it's given, it's not getting overturned. But when the tackle first happened and I saw it, I just went, oh, that's a yellow. Yeah. It's only when they slowed it down and played it again, I could go, oh, I could see that being a red. But if it was my team, I'd probably be pissed off if we got a red for that.
Yeah.
So.
Nah, I'd have sent him off twice. I would have, mate.
The second one, I can't believe I got
that was insane.
Yellow. It was the fact that everybody looked at the referee and the referee straight away went, no, I'm not going to book him for this. Made his mind up right away.
And the thing that really annoys me about it is, they go, oh, the VAR can't look at a potential second yellow. Why?
I know.
That is a rule you made up.
Aye.
But what's the point in having it if you can't do that?
See, exactly. I get it, the VAR can't intervene to when it's yellow cards, but to give a yellow card. But if somebody's already on a yellow, then surely they can intervene because that changes the game.
Aye.
Look at this game. Are you sure that's not a yellow card?
I know you still won, but you could have went on to smoke us. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's also the case of see when he didn't get sent off, in my head, and I heard other people talk about this on other podcasts, I'm instantly going, right, City are going to win this 1-0 and that cunt's going to be the one that scores because that's just how it always works. There was another incident, we'll get to it in another game where something very similar happens, and I think like there's another 2 tackles within like 90 seconds of each other, and you're just like, why is this not getting pulled up? It's like the referees are going, oh, it's too soon after I gave that yellow to give another yellow. It's like, that's fucking irrelevant.
The yellows,
but think about Jota against Spurs. He got booked twice in 90 seconds. He was off.
But yellows and reds are there to determine how dangerous a tackle is on like an opposing player. That's literally it. So if you go, yeah, this guy's went twice to hurt this player, he's off.
Of course, yeah.
That's it.
And I think that one of the explanations that Michael Oliver gave to it was that he didn't want to like ruin a game like that by dishing out yellow cards too quickly and stuff like that. And it's like, mate, your job is not to protect the quality of the match, it's to look after the players. That is your job, and make sure the rules are enforced.
Mate, this isn't WWE. What the fuck is he talking about? I was going to let Edge spear John Cena, but I went, for entertainment purposes, I think John Cena should have you. I mean, it's not fucking, that's not what it is.
I feel like we get a bigger pop if Kovacic scored later in the game. I
feel as though if Kovacic just two-footed him clean in the skull, I mean, that would have been a bit more entertaining, so I'm just waiting for him to do that.
Also, the thing is, he's widely regarded as the best referee in the Premier League and one of the best in the world. See, if you're going to give an explanation like that, don't say anything.
Yeah,
because all you've done, like, we spoke about this a couple of times, particularly last week. The idea that there's a big respect campaign for referees right now, where like, don't surround the referees, you'll get booked if you do anything like that contributes to dissent or whatever. And referees are getting abused too much and all that kind of crap. We need to respect them more. And the line they're saying is they do a very difficult job very well.
Yeah,
they're not doing it very well.
No.
Because every podcast we've done so far, we've talked about bad refereeing decisions, and we're fucking muppets. If we can notice that it's going badly, come on. Yeah, I'm just glad, like you say, it didn't affect the outcome of the game.
There's 2 main things that within that game that would have changed it. Obviously, Rodri's there. I know if he's going to go, De Bruyne, the creativity, and Haaland, right? Your 2 centre-backs, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable,
game,
mate. Man. Unbelievable. If one of them had happened to get subbed off or anything, that'd have changed the game. I also think if Vardial had been his usual more dominant and bigger self on Jesus, it would have changed the confidence within Jesus, because every second the ball came over to that goalkeeper is frightening. If Ederson happens to get shot in the head, I would bid $1 billion for your goalie.
For Raya?
The guy that almost fucking put it in his own net and after like 3 minutes in the game.
He's a nutcase. But he's like Ederson. He's the same as mental.
The distribution is crazy good.
There's long balls, but at the start of the game he was giving it away all the time. He was shooting.
Needs a bit more time and confidence, and it'll get better. Mate, there was a ball, mate, that Jesus ran. And that guy seen Jesus before Jesus ran. And he just went, cool. Jesus will be there. And he played at me. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy's amazing.
Yeah, he is good, but I still prefer Ramsdale, mate. I just don't think as much of a
the style of football you guys are also transitioning more and more into every game and season.
That's why you sing them, innit?
Aye.
But Ramsdale's distribution is also really good. People just don't talk about it because he's... no,
do you really think it's as good as...
Raya's?
Aye.
I've seen nothing from Raya that Ramsdale hasn't done.
Seriously?
Yeah. If you,
I agree with that. I've not seen it. I don't watch Ramsdale.
Arsenal as much as I do, and his passing, like the difference from the season before Ramsdale came in to Ramsdale coming in, and the delivery, the way he was passing the ball out, he's got assists, I'm sure, for Arsenal, like because his passing's that good. And obviously it was coming from Breno, who's just a pure shot stopper. And that, so any kind of jump was better. Don't get me wrong, if Raya proves to be better long term at doing that, fine, don't care, I'm happy. But right now, from what I've seen, I'm a lot more happy when Ramsdale's in goal than him. And the start of that game, he grew into it. He got a lot better.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bomb scare sometimes.
The start of that game I was shiting it. So the first one he flapped at, and then Rice had to head it off the line.
Yeah.
And then he came for a cross, completely missed it. There was a few things he'd done. I think it was Alvarez closed him down, and the ball just went wide. I was thinking, like, if this is how you're going to perform today, we're going to get a scumping. Thankfully, he calmed down a bit, but I think what benefited it, obviously you were talking about the two centre backs there, and Saliba is, the potential of that boy is huge. He's only 22 now.
He's not better than Diaz though. Have you seen this Saturday Social? You ever watched the Saturday Social?
What is it?
It's like Sky Sports basically, they bought over like the Football Daily and all that, and those guys now host a show for them called the Saturday Social. And they get all these like, so esteemed company who does the biggest Man City channel, he's like on that Robbie for Arsenal Fan TV, get various ones in, and they just like talk about football. And that Robbie is trying to say, like, there was two things I put into the chat. He said Odegaard is better than De Bruyne, has the potential to be even more better than De Bruyne. And I was like, De Bruyne's like the greatest midfielder to have ever graced the Prem. Like, what are you talking about, mate?
Yeah, that's
what are you
ridiculous.
talking about? And then he was saying, like, he was trying to put, so basically it was like the combined XI, and he was trying to put Saliba ahead of Diaz, and you got me, that's insane. That's just insane.
He's 4 years. He's 4 years younger than Ruben Diaz. Like, of course, he's
potential
not as good
wise,
yet.
mate. We were saying like, when De Bruyne retires, I would sign Odegaard.
Yeah, because he would fit that role.
Yeah, he would be perfect.
Yeah.
But currently, no chance.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any reasonable Arsenal fan that would try and make the claim that anyone in Arsenal's team is better than De Bruyne, and never mind in his actual position. But no, it's.
Mate, look at Modric, who is one of the greatest of all time, isn't better than De Bruyne.
No, I don't think so. I think De Bruyne is the best midfielder in the world right now, other than perhaps Rodri, weirdly. But
mate, Rodri, that was like a pure thing where, because Haaland scored all these goals, everyone's like, oh, he's our player of the year. I was like, it's Rodri. It just is Rodri.
I bet if you ask the players who was player of the year last year, they would all have said Rodri as well. Or Gundogan, because he came up clutch in big moments.
Mr. Whippy. Mate, have you seen that's what he gets called by like all the City fans? He's called Mr. Whippy because he can obviously whip in a free kick, tap bins, or like whip a belter of a ball in. So somebody basically edited Gundogan onto the Mr. Whippy ice cream van, and it's him in just like selling cones and that, mate. It's amazing, man.
Mr. Whippy.
So I was saying that obviously the centre backs were really solid, and I do love Saliba. I think he's going to be one of the best in the world before too long. But Declan Rice, I thought, had a brilliant game.
He had a great game.
That is exactly the kind of thing that he was brought in to do.
Yeah.
And people say, 105 million was too much. If he can take games that Arsenal were previously losing, like a game against Man City, and turn that into a win, that's 105 million's worth it, because that can be the difference. If Arsenal won against Man City last season, because it takes 3 points off them, one game that would have took the league to the Emirates instead.
But it's not the games that started bottling shite games.
Yeah, no, of course that is not. It wasn't the City games that lost us the league, but it's as simple maths as that though.
Right.
If one big game can change a league title, think about the seasons where there was only 1 point between City and Liverpool. If it's like a good goalie can save you 10 points a season.
Yeah.
A good CDM now can do that, and you're seeing that with City. The fact that Rodri isn't in the team and they've lost 2 games in the league and one in the cup, it just shows the importance of these players. And I think we've spoke about it, how Busquets kind of exemplified that.
Aye.
And everyone in that team knew how good Busquets was. Now the rest of the world's just getting to find it out. So
the Busquets thing's hilarious when he goes to Inter Miami, isn't it? And he goes, usually when I play football, he goes, and the ball comes to me from the centre back, I have a split millisecond to turn round or to play it back to the defender. And he goes, but I did this at Inter Miami, and when I turned round, nobody was on me, and I had about a minute to do what I wanted. It's so fucking funny, mate.
Slagging the
league, mate. Just wait to him, and he's like, these guys are shit.
They're shit.
Are you slightly worried about the 3 losses in a row, or are you just kind of like...
We're not winning the league.
What?
Not winning the league.
That is the most ludicrous thing I think I've heard you say.
This is...
Why not?
This is a transitional year, I feel.
What?
Genuinely. Hear me out. But I think, see, Doku coming in, and then I feel Grealish, as of next year, could be punted.
Probably Arsenal.
And genuinely, you want all our players at scale. Stones not in the side, still kind of coming back for injury.
Yeah.
Walker will be gone. All these things, and then you have Mahrez, Gundogan. These are all these team leaders that City have. Kovacic is not a club leader.
No.
Country leader, potentially. Club, no chance. Never been at Real, never been Chelsea, Inter, never the leader.
Aye.
Doesn't suit that kind of thing that we needed to fill with Gundogan. He is really talented, but not that type of player where he is going to change. Like, Gundogan would have changed that Arsenal game.
Aye.
And Mahrez would have changed that. So we've lost a lot of leaders. So we're going to need leaders to obviously step up. And that's how I kind of feel this year. I don't really see us doing, obviously, don't see us doing well, but we'll finish second.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean?
Who do you think's going to win the league in?
Tottenham.
Sorry, don't make me laugh.
Spurs, baby.
Are you believing the hype, eh?
Mate, big Ange. Mate, Ange
Liverpool stand a far better chance than Tottenham.
Aye.
Ange, mate, if he stayed at Celtic and Pep Guardiola got ran over by Liam Gallagher, I would have took Ange.
What if he got ran over by someone else?
No, it has to be Liam Gallagher. It has to be. Mate, I think that is so funny if Liam Gallagher ran over Pep Guardiola and ruined Man City. Do you not think that's hilarious? Because he's like Man City through and through, and then he goes, I have just ruined everything.
Mate, I was watching the Beckham documentary and there was Hunter's Oasis tunes in it, and I was like, I'm sure the Gallagher brothers would have something to say about this.
They've went, why not be funny? Why not be funny if we got our tunes on this Man United legend? That's brilliant, mate.
Aye.
Although they very like, I don't particularly like them, but like, I know a lot of Man City fans do, like, but I do think both of them are just wanks.
Aye, no, I think that's fair.
Like,
a lot of fans of their music admit that they are wanks.
It's part of being a rock star.
Insanely great musicians, mate. Just terrible people.
Fucking running over Pep. Can't believe it.
Mate, I'm clipping that for mate.
Is that why you had to go to Spain to get back surgery?
Aye, mate. It's fucking big Liam Gallagher.
Gallagher just clipped him.
That's why the Gallagher brothers fell out, mate.
Clapped him and I couldn't.
They went, you nearly ruined Man City.
I'm assuming you think City will win the league.
Aye.
Yeah, so
you genuinely actually think we win? I just don't. I can't see it, mate.
But you're just so capable of going on a 20-game winning streak and then just the rest.
But I don't think this team is though, because of the previous, like the last year, everyone knew the goal and they're like, yeah, we can do this. Whereas this year, there's a lot of like new players. Like Kovacic doesn't win anything. Doku's not winning anything. Like they're not coming. Vardial, they don't win anything. They come from teams that finish 4th, 3rd. Like Kovacic wasn't a crucial part of Real. Same way Inter. Like he wasn't in a good Inter team. These are all like kind of people that don't
did
do
win the Champions League with Chelsea.
Was he in that team?
Yeah.
The starting team?
Yeah.
Well, I take that back on Kovacic then. But that's what I'm saying. They're just not leaders to me.
Yeah.
They're not guys like Gundy and fucking Mahrez.
How long is De Bruyne out?
Mate,
is it the
months,
season?
mate.
Enough to pull him out of your fantasy team, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, mate, I just got into that this year, mate. I suck at that. Terrible,
didn't join our league, I noticed, but we'll gloss over that.
Yeah, mate, because I didn't know there's two different things.
Aye,
I'm in something else that I thought I was in with you, and I'm not in with you. By the way, just to let you know, I'm in with nobody.
Is it just you and the league?
He played himself in his
still second.
How the fuck am I still last? I'm the only cunt in here. No, I'm genuinely so bad with these things. I had know nothing. Like you sent that link in, mate, and I downloaded a different app. Do you know what I mean?
So right, I do want to clarify this. Do you actually think Tottenham will win the league? Because they've got a paper-thin squad. If any of their main players get injured, they're
But same with Leicester, they used that debate, didn't it? Leicester City.
Yeah, but Leicester did it at a time where there was no other big teams on form.
But for a year and a half, nobody was injured.
Yeah.
Because remember that season before they went and won the league, they were winning every game. That's how they stayed up.
They were also playing a lot less football back then, though.
But it's still, mate, it's like Tottenham, what are they in? League-wide, like...
No, they're just in... There's no Euros.
They're not in Europe, so...
There you go. That's it, mate. And let's be honest, if Ange does that, he needs a statue outside my
if
house.
Ange, like, I love Ange Postecoglou, but if you win the league with Tottenham, I'm through with you. I'm just.
Would you be done with him? Big Ange, mate, come on.
Just you crying.
It breaks my heart, man.
For me,
I said, why did you pick them?
I was going to say, for Paddy and I, it'll be funny.
Oh, it'll be funny, aye.
Because you're an Arsenal fan and a massive Celtic fan. So that'll be
fine.
so funny, mate.
It'll be funny.
Oh, no, in fact, I was about to say, Martin O'Neill did manage Sunderland. How did that take you?
They were fucking shite. They weren't winning it. It was so shite.
That's true, actually, yeah. Right, okay, let's move on so Sean can be happy again. Liverpool...
I'll never be happy.
That's true.
That's factually accurate.
Liverpool versus Brighton. I called this one. I thought it'd be 2-2.
Did you?
Don't know why. I just thought let Liverpool have a shite defence.
Oh, the first goal was stupid, man.
Aye. It's weird, man. It's Brighton seem to have a flip-flop season right now where they'll have this unbelievably terrible game and then they'll go toe-to-toe with a team that shocked everybody and how good they were last weekend.
Aye, mate, getting pumped like 8-2. What was it, 8-2?
No, it's 6-1, was it, against
6-1?
Aston Villa?
Aye, 6-1.
That's crazy.
Aye.
And you go, this side is amazing. Like,
Aye.
but then you got beat by Villa 6-1.
I know. But they've got a very good manager, and again, they keep finding these wee players. What was it, Adingra or whatever the guy was?
His first start.
What have they pulled him?
I know.
Mate, they're the Dortmund of the Premier League.
Aye, quickly becoming
Do
it.
you know what I mean?
Nowhere near as impressive a stadium, to be fair.
No.
Yeah.
And it's got a really shite name. What is it? The American Express Arena. It's just like, oh.
Mate, it's nowhere near.
Seagulls.
Nowhere near as funny. So I've got like a bit in stand up about Airdrie, the football team, and how funny it is that they're named after, like, they're called the Penny Cabs Arena.
It used to be called the Shibery Excelsior.
Oh, mate, it's literally, mate, it's so funny because, like, I've got a joke, but I'll just tell it. It's basically like, this is how shite a team they are. The stadium's called the Penny Cabs Arena after a taxi company. Because the second you watch them play football, you're going to want to get a taxi. But they are, mate. But, mate, Airdrie have been all right. They've been fucking pretty clutch up lately.
One of the diamonds.
One of the diamonds, mate.
I'll tell you what, they aren't in the Premier League.
No, they're not, mate, but that's a fun wee story for you guys.
Liverpool at the start of this game, like, another absolute howler amongst the defence.
Van Dijk again.
The pass. He passed to McAllister. And then
Aye.
he just got his pocket picked and it was a decent finish, but
McAllister was on his heels as well.
Aye, but they just seem to like hit the self-destruct button sometimes when things are going all right for them.
Aye.
Do you agree with the debate of Van Dijk being one of the greatest centre-backs to ever be in the Premier League?
No.
Oh, when he put
I
him
don't
up
think
that
it can
high.
be even close to like your
No.
Vidic.
No.
Vidic is mine.
mate.
We actually had this debate, me and him, the other night about who was better at Vidic and Ferdinand and people like that.
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand.
I'm Vidic. I think he's just as
I think
brilliant.
Vidic is the best centre-back to be in the Prem.
Yeah, I would go with that.
Aside from Harry Maguire.
It's just a shame that Alex Ferguson fell out with Jap Stam because he would definitely be in that conversation.
Is that a racial slur? Is that a racial slur, guys? Do not appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6'6" Dutchman.
Hey, have you see the thing is with Brighton? See Billy Gilmore? Have you guys seen the interview of him where can't remember the guy? He's interviewing him and he's like, "Oh, you could play for England." He goes, because he's like, Declan Rice done it, and Billy Gilmore turns and goes, "No, I couldn't, mate." And he goes, No, you couldn't. He goes, "Nah, mate, I couldn't." And he's like, "No, but defo." And he's like, "I don't fucking want to, mate." He's like, "I'm fucking Scottish through and through."
And I've played for Scotland at like senior level.
This was when he was young.
Oh, was
But
it?
He'd had like a couple of caps or something, and they went, "Oh no, but you can still go play England." He goes, "Aye, but mate, I hate England. Like, I am so Scottish."
Don't make me
mate.
say it.
Because obviously, you watch like a documentary back in the day with Billy Gilmore, and they go through like Chelsea Academy, and they basically take you through like they get one day for the media training.
Was he not at Rangers Academy first though, and then he went to
Yeah, was
Chelsea?
I was, but that's the whole point. Is like he's media trained, and he's trying to basically tell this cunt, "I hate England, mate. I actually hate England, so I would never do that."
There was a similar thing with Evan Ferguson as well, because he was asked. He was like, "Oh, you could play for England," and they mentioned them because obviously he's Irish, and as was Declan Rice and Jack Grealish, and he went, "I wouldn't be allowed back home."
Yeah.
Like no, that'd be even worse, I think, for an Irishman, like an actual born raised in Ireland person. Footballer to then decide to play for England.
He would get beheaded, mate.
Aye. Well, maybe especially if it's for the Catholic side.
But I don't think these English people understand that sometimes.
No,
like how much, like I don't actually hate English people and stuff like that. But you go, yeah, but mate, like I am overly patriotic. I fucking love Scotland, mate. Like there's that famous thing of obviously it goes, it's a shithole, man, but it's our shithole, mate, and I am fiercely proud of it. So in no way would I ever change nationality for that.
The thing that I don't like about like English sports in general is the fans and the media coverage of it.
The media, it's more the pundits and the fans as well. And the
that's
fans
why the price drives up for these English guys, isn't it? Because the media is like, oh no, but he is 105 million, when realistically he was probably about 60. Like Rice, do you know what I mean? Realistically.
Course, yeah.
But because the media drives it up, the nationality, where the league he's in, they go, well, he's 105.
Right.
To be fair, Caicedo was 115, so I'll take 105 for Rice.
That's wild, man.
I'll try to see what else I wanted to say about this. Oh, Diaz lucky to escape a booking for the sliding the goalkeeper. I forgot about that. So there was a clash in this game where the Brighton keeper comes out, gathers it, and Diaz he's going in to try and slide the ball.
Aye.
But he's going at like 100 miles an hour right into his chest, and he doesn't even get a yellow. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, genuinely, what is going on?
The refs are just having a shite.
He went into that the same speed that Eddie Nketiah went into that tackle. You know, the one where we were like, he's lucky he didn't get sent off for that. But
he sucks, mate. Nketiah is so
you
bad.
Don't need to convince me. I've been saying this for ages, mate.
They were talking about like, they should do. They're like, should do a trade like plus cash for Ivan Toney when he comes back. People like that. They're always like, no, definitely not. And I goes, obviously, mate, that's the best deal ever. Like, Ivan Toney will get you 20 goals.
That's the big rumours that Toney is going to be like the top of their transfer targets, but he'd be very expensive. I'd happily have him because not only is he a proven goal scorer, but he's something different. Like can change up the game plan. But we're not talking about Arsenal. I don't want to just keep going on about them.
I'm just raging, mate. That's all. I'm just raging.
What was it really?
See with the Liverpool as well.
Aye.
What are they missing? What's the key? A CDM.
Yeah, that is true.
Aye.
Again, mate. Like
Fabinho, like such a huge
they've got McAllister playing number 6 and it's not really working.
He's not, mate, because
he's a great footballer, but he shouldn't be playing that.
Let's be honest, they signed him because that World Cup performance was outstanding.
Yeah,
he was fairly decent in the league, but the World Cup, you go, wow. And who was in the DM for them? Paredes. Right, so you go, well, if he is playing prime football here at a centre mid Cam-esque role, that's why we need him. So why?
There was so much more. Like, I think people get carried away with that Argentina team because there were some good players in it, good performances in it, but a lot of it was just doing really hard, dirty work. And that during a short-term competition like the World Cup, that's good, that's helpful. Over the course of a league, that's not necessarily what you need. McAllister is a good player and his passing's really good, but was it Rodrigo de Paul was basically the guy that protected Messi the entire time by just battering people out the way and stuff like that. So I think we should have learned by now that an international tournament is not a
How
good
many players are signed in half the back at Euros or half the back at World Cup?
Exactly.
Everybody thinks are superstars.
James Rodriguez, Milan Baros,
El Hadj Diouf.
The GOAT.
The cunt. I did mention Evan Ferguson earlier, but I do want to bring something up. So there's a pass he played through for Adingra, but they didn't get a goal from it. But he just sweeped this long curving ball right through the defence, and I was like, this cunt is destined to be the next Harry Kane. He's a brilliant finisher. He's now learning to pass like Kane, and he's only still 19, I think. Why weren't you born in Scotland, you prick, honestly?
I honestly thought it was Scottish, Evan Ferguson.
Oh, mate, see when I heard that name, and I was like, hat-trick.
Here we go.
And then I looked at me and I went, you motherfucker,
mate. He thought it was Big Dunks.
That's the one position we need.
Aye,
we just need a shit-hot striker.
Has Ivan Toney got any caps yet? Can we claim that?
Maybe. That guy can do what he wants to, man. He's fucking get done for illegal betting and shit.
Yeah, so Ferguson, brilliant. Can't wait for Chelsea to fucking ruin his career.
Chelsea are going to get him, aren't they? And they're going to just ruin him.
Aye. Ryan Gravenbach or Gravenberch.
Oh, the sitter.
Yeah.
Brutal, man. Did you see this?
No,
Open goal, mate. The ball was bouncing like just across open goal, and it was like he did a sort of wee Iwelumo hop, and like just clipped it onto the bar for like underneath the crossbar.
It was incredible. I go, how is it possible, mate?
Is that just a reference to Chris Iwelumo?
Aye. Yeah, I mean, Iwelumo hop. That's what you did.
What's a reference, mate?
What? It was the exact same wee hop that he did. The wee hop.
Oh, fuck me, sorry. I just wasn't ready for that.
You're not ready for that Iwelumo. Any sitter should always be measured on the Iwelumo scale. Like, you've got Iwelumos and then everything else.
I want that tattooed on my back, mate.
The Iwelumo scale.
I haven't heard that name since, I don't know, 2005.
Measured 8.8 in the Iwelumo scale.
Can you not imagine what the patter is when somebody fucks up that bad?
Aye.
Like,
imagine being that guy, like you've pure Iwelumo. Like, was it as bad as Iwelumo's?
And everyone went, yes.
Yes. I'm sure the Cosmopolitan Liverpool team are referencing Chris. Like Jerry, I was watching that chance because he hits off the bar, didn't he?
Aye, clips off the bar.
I was just like, I reckon I could have scored that.
Aye.
Obviously, I wouldn't have been there. Like, I wouldn't have kept up with the play because I'm a fat dick. But like,
you said it, bro.
It's all about, mate. It's all about reserving that energy. You know what I mean? Just get the chill, bro. I
the people in Zaggy method.
Mate. Alright. Mate, it's like, I think some people do forget, but like, these footballers are legit human beings.
Aye.
Because they fucking stick some of them get, man. And I've done it. I've done it, mate. I'd be like,
giving stick.
You motherfucker. Aye, mate. But then I get in the car with Adam and I go, he goes, you alright, man? I was like, that's really pissed me off, mate. And he goes, yeah, but it's like one of the bros, mate. It's one of the good players here, and you've just called him a cunt. And I'm like, no, mate, but De Bruyne did miss. That's
what we pay our money for. It's therapy, innit, man?
Aye, mate.
Project our own inadequacies onto football players. There we go.
No, if I did that, they'd leave the press. Brighton had a penalty shoot.
Aye, a strong penalty shoot. But see, like, I would have said no, but because you've seen these given, like, I would say flat no right away because it hits his thigh and jumps up when he's on.
I don't think it's a penalty, but they gave a penalty for it against Wolves last week or the week before, and you're just like,
it was definitely not a penalty. I think any sort of VAR against Liverpool this week.
They were just
that's true. They were just like check complete, sorted. Thingy, Salah scored 2 as well, which is incredible. Like, boys, just a great footballer. The Elliott leaving the first one for him as well was the smartest thing he's ever done. Because like he probably would have scored it, but like, if you leave it for Salah, who's coming in on his left foot, who's always going to put it across the keeper and then it won't go corner, it's just a goal 99 times out of 100.
It's a shame that he's probably going to leave at the end of the season, but
100%.
He's far too talented to go to that league at this point in time.
How do you think that happens with these guys? So like Salah is world class. Like he's not like he's pretty good, isn't he? He's like he's pretty class. No, this guy's fucking world class. And you go, well, he went from like Fiorentina to like Roma to then over here. No, I know he was at Chelsea, but he did fuck all.
Was he not? Was it not Basel he was at?
Basel,
Chelsea, Roma, and then to.
No, he was at Fiorentina first.
Was he? Aye.
And then he went to Roma. But then that's what I'm saying. You go like, so at Roma, you watch him. You go, oh no, he's like class, but he's not world class.
Aye.
And then he just goes to Liverpool and he's fucking like something just clicked where you go, what in the fuck is going on here? Because he's unbelievable, mate. Like, I shit myself every time he gets the ball against us.
He's left foot and starts cutting inside.
Oh, mate, I'm like, and it's that famous Messi thing to like Evra into it, and he goes, I know what you're going to do, you're just going to cut your left, and he goes, no, it's when I decide to do it.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like with Salah, because like, mate, it's fucking crazy, mate. I get like a pure feeling and go, holy shit.
Every time he gets the ball.
We're doing 3-0. We're doing 3-0. This guy's scoring every time.
I think, see, when you watched his first season with Liverpool, he was taking a lot of shots and he was getting a lot of those positions, but he wasn't scoring. But Klopp, well, he did score a lot of goals, but it's because he was taking like 150 shots every game. But Klopp was coaching him and he just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and he refined the process, I guess. Like, you think about how many players Pep has turned from being decent footballers into, I mean, he's turned John Stones into one of the best.
John Stones was Iniesta in that Champions League final. Mate, he was like fucking rouletting cunts, paying. He's like, fuck it, mate, I just do what I want. It was insane, mate.
John Stones was Iniesta.
Mate, honestly, I was watching, I was going, we have signed Iniesta. It was fucking insane, mate.
Well, I'll wrap up the Brighton game. Yeah, I think 2-2 was a fair result. They both had similar shots in possession.
I think Brighton missed a bit of a sitter towards the end as well, but fair result.
I think it was a fair result. And do the usual of compare a manager or player to a famous person. Although obviously not when I did it to my mate Steve. But Roberto De Zerbi looks like Guy Fieri's like brother, but he owns a car dealership or something like that.
He's got the same gel. He's got the same wet look gel. He's doing at the Asda getting the blue wet look with the bubbles in it.
So, like, he doesn't speak to him apart from at family dinners because he's just sick of his shit. He's grow up and get a real job.
I mean, Klopp's like, he's got the same methods as Adolf Hitler. Do you know that? He's like, no Jews in here.
What the fuck are you talking?
Seriously, mate, that's what he says. He goes,
what is that even based?
No Jews allowed in Liverpool.
Oh man,
that is his motto.
I was wondering when that was going to come out. There we go.
I'm still not over Chris Iwelumo. So West Ham, Newcastle.
Oh, mate, Bruno should have got sent off.
That's the one I was thinking about.
This is a recurring theme of the Premier League this weekend. Yeah. This guy should have been sent off.
Yeah,
because it really wasn't a lot of time between those tackles as well. I love Bruno in the interview afterwards saying, I don't think I should have got a yellow for the first one.
That's so good. So he's essentially saying like, that should have been a yellow. I should have been a...
The second one definitely.
Second one was a yellow. The first one wasn't he?
Just boys being boys. So you look at this. We obviously complained last week. Super Sunday was just Nottingham Forest versus Brentford.
And they filmed in a car park.
Why couldn't they have moved? All three of the games we've talked about so far were on Sunday.
I know.
They couldn't have spared one of those games.
I know.
Mate, you're going to die at this. Somebody went, we were like going out, and somebody went, I can't go out. I'm watching the Nottingham Forest Brentford game, and I went, Nottingham Forest fans and Brentford fans aren't even watching that. What are you talking about? He literally was like, I'm not going to admit this game's lit. I'm not going.
I can't possibly wait till match of the day 2 for this.
This was the shittest excuse ever. So you don't want to come out, bro.
Right, what happened in this game? Pope.
No, mate.
First goal.
He looked like a guy who'd never run before. Like he was running with his arms away up here. Like, he looked like it was his first attempt at running, and it was embarrassing. Looked like your dad running on a beach.
He was completely lost.
Oh, it was brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Nowhere near it. Like the ball to the defender, but from the back to the front for the West Ham player was really good.
But why is
he shouldn't have been coming out there at all. But I like Pope. He's a pretty good player, but
he's pretty good Catholic too.
Yeah.
You'd hope so.
The Pope.
You'd hope so. Because if he's not, we're all fucked. And by we, I mean the actual Catholics. I'm lapsed. I don't do it.
Praise Allah. I'm one of them.
I said this last week as well, but Souček.
The goal machine.
2 goals in 2 games. It's 2020 all over again.
Mate, I said this to Adam. They were talking about like Declan Rice. Oh, he's away. They're fucked. And I went, no, that's Souček. Well, like he will just slide in and be more of a dominant role. And he was like, no, he's shite. He's actually been really good.
He was good when he first came in. What I don't think they can rely on him solidly because he can be a bit inconsistent. But they've got Edson Alvarez in there now.
Yeah.
And James.
So is he playing CDM? Because I thought he played centre back for Ajax.
No,
was it kind of?
So he did both.
Right.
He can play in either position just wherever he's needed. But that's why he makes such a good ball playing centre back is because I think he was naturally a midfielder originally.
Right, good signings, mate. Really good signings.
They've done brilliant business with that Rice money. So kudos.
David Moyes done a fantastic job job with West Ham for the
he
last
has. Obviously, they struggled in the Premier League like last season, but you could see
won a
what
European trophy.
Exactly.
Well, that's what they're talking about. They go, I'd have gladly got relegated to just say we've won it before Arsenal and Tottenham.
Aye.
Like we're this. What is it? The second London club to win a European trophy.
I'm sure Tottenham have won a European trophy, but
Have they won a European one?
I think they have. It might have been a Cup Winners' Cup,
Right.
But I think they have won a European trophy.
Just you guys.
Yeah. But we did go to league unbeaten, so lucky's off.
Mate, I'm going to debate you here. That's fuck all, man.
Well, why?
The Man City one, Centurions is better than that.
Well, why has no one else done it?
Because you suck, mate.
Why is no one else gone unbeaten?
Because everyone in that league sucked.
By many people's accounts, one of, if not the best team ever assembled in Premier League history, and you still can't go through a season without losing.
Aye, but how many games were back then, and what else did you win that year?
I think we won the double, but that's not the point.
It's not a treble, mate.
No, it's not.
It's not a Centurion. Just saying, mate. Mate, I'd have gladly lost every game last year just to win the Champions League.
Nah, that's all you
That
cared
was
about last
all
year.
we cared about.
If you got relegated, that would have been fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I'd have fucking mate. I hate the thing about like being a Man City fan with all the glory hunter shit and that empty.
I'm going to get that in a few years once Newcastle start picking up trophies.
100%, mate.
I'm going to be like, oh, you're a glory hunter.
Use do use
spotted them when they were in the championship. I've been to championship games.
Use have it does sound bad. Use more of a history.
Yeah.
Way more of a history.
Aye.
Because like Alan Shearer, we didn't have MD, mate. Have MD.
Colin Bell.
Doyle.
Colin Bell, your uncle.
It's Catholic family. There's someone called Colin.
And my history is just winning. Like with Adam, if you talk to him about it, he'll fucking tell you more and stuff. Like I just love the fact that I just go, who's like the guys who I've seen and stuff, and I try and do a bit more research about it. But the thing is like people go, oh, it's like the empty had and stuff, and they go, oh, your tickets are like 2 for 1, it's all cheap. And you go, that's what it should be for every club. That's a good thing, mate. It's a community thing. And it's about like, see like the thing when you go to a Man City game, it's people from Manchester who are there. Vast majority of the people are from Manchester. Like if you go to a Man U game, it's people who aren't from there.
Aye.
It's more of a global fan base, I get that, but it's like, I want football to be accessible. That's a great thing.
Aye. Although I would say the reason that Man City's games are so affordable is because they aren't selling enough tickets. So they just want to fill the place up.
Aye.
If it was full every week, they wouldn't be philanthropically giving people 30 quid tickets. Or
You don't think?
tickets.
Oh, no chance.
The Sheik is quite a community person. Like he's done well, I'm not. I don't want to get into this, but no, but like, see if you look at the.
You're right. He does do a lot of generous things, but that is also cover up all the other shit.
I bet. Come on, mate.
Jimmy Fixit did a lot. Jim Savile did a lot of charity work, mate.
A new 3G pitch, mate, than pay taxes.
Not getting it up.
But like, that part of what they do is make you feel more part of the club.
Aye.
And I heavy love that. I think that's one of the reasons I really am a Man City fan as well, because I do feel more part of them.
Aye.
Do you not feel like sometimes like an Arsenal fan and like?
I would say, I think the better example to use for me is because I like Arsenal, I watch the football, I want them to win, but at my heart I'm a Celtic fan.
Right.
That's my club. Mm-hmm. I just like Arsenal and I want them to do well, but Celtic are my club. That's where my season ticket is. That's the community I'm part of. It's not Arsenal because it's too far away.
Aye. I'm only a couple of hours down the road, mate. Like I could go every weekend if I wanted to, but obviously I've got a life. No, like,
come on, we know that's not
we do know you. With us as comics, it's a bit different because I go, I could get spots and do it. So like, I love football, like I love Man City, but sometimes you go, see, as long as I go like about 3 or 4 times a year, I'm pretty cool.
I mean, I've had to give up Champions League games because I had a gig that night.
Because your career, mate.
Aye, but it's like 5-minute open spot unpaid gig and I'm giving up a ticket to see Celtic in the Champions League.
Worth every second.
We have got way off target. We're supposed to be talking about West Ham Newcastle. I want to talk about Emerson getting booked for doing that.
Aye.
That's crazy. Just heckling him. Mate, I'm doing that the next time you gig. Yellow card to an audience member. Right to his face.
So he did that. And it was like the first time he'd ever like spoken to the referee or did it. He just did that very briefly and he got a yellow straight away for it. Are you happy with that? Do you think that should be done straight away for just a wee simple that?
I think South American players are going to struggle with this, coming out here, because that's something they do. That's part of their culture in football. Like if somebody commits a foul, they go like that and look, ask. Even in Spain, they do it. I think it's rough on players who have been doing that since age 6.
It's just like second nature.
It's just second nature for them to go like, that's a yellow card, that's what they do. Well, and a lot of players, like even in Italy, they do it because they gesture with their hands a lot. So
he is Italian, Palmeiras. So Miggy did it a bit later, but he got away with it. No, there was no question, just left alone. And when Bruno did the second tackle, where we think he should have got booked, Kurt Zuma goes up to the referee and is talking to him, pointing out that he's already on a yellow card. I assume that's obviously going to be what he's talking about. What is that other than asking for a player to be sent off? Why is he not getting booked for that just because he didn't do that? He's still harassing the referee when he's still asking for a yellow card. And he isn't the captain. He shouldn't be speaking to the referee. So I don't understand where the lines are with this. I don't understand how it's supposed to work. What counts as dissent and what's just Kurt Zuma asking? Maybe he's threatening to kick his cat or something like that. Send him off, I will boot your cat. I can only imagine the Dune, his cat, took that night because of
holy shit, mate. Mate, that thing is not alive. That is not alive. But it's like they have like the similar issue kind of with like the NBA as well. It's like everything's becoming like overly sensitive and stuff, and you're like, it's a fucking physical sport, man. Like, and it's a boisterous sport as well. Obviously the female, do you know what I mean? But the term boisterous just means what it means, you know what I mean? But it's still going to be like, I'm still wanting to call you a cunt for doing a side tackle and stuff like that. And you're taking these things out of the game that is like historically part of it. And it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of takes away that kind of magic element. It's why I fucking hate like VAR and all these like updated shit. I kind of hate all this shit because you just kind of want to watch football just for the football aspect. I want Vinnie Jones back, mate, absolutely breaking legs. Do you know what I mean?
See if you watch any like highlights for a game, even like the late 90s, some of the tackles you see,
mate, they're meant
the uneven yellows.
Obviously I'm kidding about the tackles because like if Vinnie Jones, it's like if Vinnie Jones comes up and breaks De Bruyne's leg, that's my 200 million player. Like that's how much he is worth to this club. I get that, but like the fucking that's nothing.
There has to be some degree of common sense to it. If you go, oh, for fuck's sake, ref, I don't think you should be booked for that. No. It's a natural reaction. It's not.
But if you're running up and screaming in the ref face,
if you surround the ref, yellow card. But if you're just like having a reasonable conversation, or if you just do that for like 2 seconds, it's like, it's annoying if everybody's doing it. But what you can do as a referee is just go, right, don't do that again. If you do that again, or anyone, go speak to the captain. Anyone in your team does that again, I'm going to book them.
But like you say, like if Zuma, what's the difference between that and Zuma running up and going, he's on a yellow card?
No, I agree.
Why don't you give him another one for that?
No, but I think
that's a quicker way of doing it.
At that point, you should be saying to the captain, get him away. He's got no business talking to me.
Plus, you're a referee in the Premier League, mate. You're getting paid to be annoyed.
You're getting paid too much is what I would say, because they're not doing a good enough job. We'll just round off that game though. Probably a fair result. Newcastle were maybe arguably the better team, but Kudos came on and did well and really saved their onions, as we say.
Saved their onions, aye. I think going to West Ham and getting a draw is not a bad result these days.
And I think they would have taken the draw against Newcastle. Both those teams are going to be in the top half of the table, I think, come the end of the season, so I don't think either of them.
Plus, there was also always going to be a wee bit of hangover after smashing PSG during the week.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Which is insane.
Mate, they are winning the Champions League.
Amazing.
They are winning the Champions League, mate. Stick 100 grand.
This isn't a Champions League podcast and we can't listen to Paddy brag about how we beat them 4-1.
That was amazing, mate.
It was incredible.
It was very
local
good.
Boys scoring in everything, man. It's fairy tales,
that's fucking, mate. See when every time Foden scores, my ejaculate is crazy. Honestly, mate. That guy gets me hard. Mate, So I can't imagine how you felt with two of them doing that, mate.
Longstaff, mate.
That Longstaff. Oh, shit. But I think the best part of you's beating PSG is I hate Mbappe. Just seeing him miserable, mate, it makes me so happy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good footballer, though.
Oh, he's amazing, mate. Come to say.
Yeah, that's how you win him right. I fucking hate him.
So I win all the ladies, mate. You know what I mean?
Are you negging Mbappe right now? You try to neg Mbappe into signing for City?
I'll get up on him, mate.
What's next? United Brentford? We haven't done that yet, have we? No. United got very lucky thanks to McSauce.
Big Scott McGowan, mate.
Yeah, I think part of the problem United have right now is
they're shit.
Yeah, but I think there's still this, because there's such an aura around Manchester United, because it is one of the biggest clubs in the world, and there's this history and reputation, and they've got players like Bruno Fernandes who believe their own hype. There's this just kind of complacency about them. Like they go into games believing we should win this because we're Manchester United, and then don't put any of the fucking effort in on the pitch.
The Casemiro gets subbed at half time.
Yeah, mate. See the pass for Brentford's goal?
Oh, mate.
He just gave it.
And like Onana's dive. Like, I seen Peter Schmeichel talking about this, and he's like, why is he doing that? He's like, one of the first things you learn as a goalkeeper when you're like a kid is you learn how to dive across the floor. No jump up then down. Like the ball, see where the ball crossed the line? It was in the centre of the goal. So one, his position is shocking, so can he just block it with his feet? And two, he's jumped up and over the ball.
He is terrible, mate.
He's shocking.
Mate, did you see the thing? And it's like Pep Guardiola going up and like going like, like during the press conference, Nana was the best player in the Champions League. He was obviously kept on, so Man U would sign him. And that's what they're saying. Like, man, they're going, Pep Guardiola deliberately saying people are class, so Man U will sign them. So obviously Fernandes, Martinez, and Onana.
Is that what he was doing with
Maguire,
Nathan Redmond as well?
Mate, I don't know why he's got such a hard on for him. He just really loves him as a player, mate. I just don't know what it is.
There's a photo of him next to his bed, and like Mrs. Guardiola's just like, would you just get rid of that?
See, the thing is with Man U, right? So you're talking about Fernandes thinks his shit doesn't stink, right? So see, this is Man U of old. Sold. He's out. Yeah. Bye. Onana, bye. Anybody with an ego and an old Man U attitude, bye.
Well, it was the biggest thing is when Pogba and Mourinho fell out, when the club took the side of the player and not the manager, that's when like the Ferguson era died. Like that's when players got the power in Man U.
But the problem is, because of how much players earn these days, they are seen as bigger assets to the club than the manager. Yeah. So unless you've got a very savvy director of football, the chances are they might side with the player rather than the manager. But we did speak about Onana a couple of weeks ago, and I said it seems like he doesn't know how to dive. Because every time a goal goes in him, it's like he could just reach further and get it. I know.
He could just do his job.
but it's not like they're being placed perfectly. They're all savable shots. And it's just like he's gone, oh, no. It's like he's trying to get put on the bench. Because he wants to be seen to be doing enough effort so that he's trying. But still be shit enough that he
wants to live that sweet life as a sub goalie, man.
Remember he got popped for like PEDs and he turned around, it was my missus' estrogen pills. No, it wasn't, mate. Maybe. Why did you get a six-pack from that, mate?
maybe start taking them again. That's all I'm going to.
But like, to talk about their comeback, that's the first time Man United have won a Premier League game when they were losing going into injury time, and I could not believe that. I was like, the amount of last minute goals they've scored.
I always thought Fergie time,
that's because they'd be drawn by the time they get to 90 minutes.
Or they'd score an equaliser and they'll win it. But Scott McTominay gets subbed on 87th minute. He must have been thinking in his head, like, cheers, mate, for getting his like 6 minutes to get booed off a park.
Oh, mate.
Then he scores 2.
But I think he sums up exactly what we were just saying about Man United, because there's no ego in that boy. No, it's just I'm going to go out and try my fucking best to like turn this game around. And it's not that he doesn't have any skill, because the control and finish for his first goal
one was class,
was brilliant. But if he's on the pitch for you, he's just going to fucking go and go. He's
been there since he was 6.
He's like, that's been his entire like career, his entire life, basically, since he was like 5 or 6.
I'm going to model my game on Darren Fletcher.
Mate, Darren Fletcher was a good player.
Mate, this was so funny. Shout out Pierce Higgins.
Hey.
This revolves around the McTominay, right? I just turned around and I fucking hate about that McTominay. And he goes, what? And I goes, a fucking English guy pretending to be Scottish. And he goes at me, he goes, mate, he was born in like Helensburgh. And he went, and he loves Scotland, like he kisses the badge. And I went, nah, I'm putting up with that shit, mate. I don't fucking like him. And he goes like, because he plays with Man U, and I went, absolutely, mate. That is the only reason. That's the only reason. That's the only single reason I do not like that guy.
Mate, I love him. He does well for Scotland, and hopefully he gets more game time at Man U now because he
joint top scorer in the Euro qualifier.
Oh yeah,
he's probably going to score again tomorrow night against Spain.
Let's not
hat trick, mate. Hat trick, put $100,000 on
it. So this is something I wanted to say. So I noticed at the end of that game, Onana, when he scored the winner, Onana ran the full length of the pitch and joined in the Man U celebrations. Now Gary Neville has had to go at Arsenal for over celebrating wins. This was a 2-1 home victory against Brentford, and your goalie has left his goal, ran the length of the pitch and jumped on the back of McTominay. Fucking, you're a chode guy.
To be fair, he tried to jump on the back of McTominay, but McTominay went under him.
We don't fuck that shit, man. You suck, mate. You're shit.
It's a good thing that Inter didn't win the Champions League. They hand the trophy and they just goes
him. Mate, he reaches for it, but not quite far. Just a wee bit.
This will surprise a lot of people, but everybody's like, oh, you must love that they're shite. And I'm like, I actually don't. Like, I would love to be like competitive again. Like, because then see when, like, obviously when we won 6-2 and like Dzeko scored like stuff, that meant more because it was an amazing, like a good Man U team. It means more. But see, like beating them now, it's like
to be expected. It's like beating Villa now.
It's like Celtic with Rangers now. It doesn't really. You still love it, of course, mate. I'm like, fuck yes, but it doesn't mean as much as it once did because of the shit.
Well, maybe like that would probably be more apt a couple of seasons ago, with like during Brendan's first time up. But they've kind of come back a bit now. It's more close in that way. But it'd be like if you get these old boxers are now getting like back into it and doing that. It's like if Mike Tyson or Roy Jones Jr. were like, oh, I'm going to take on Anthony Joshua. He's just like,
that's like,
he's just like, I don't really feel comfortable doing that.
I don't like to see this.
Right, Luton Spurs. Madison and Son were playing pretty well. I thought Spurs could have had 3 or 4 goals early on.
Bissouma getting sent off.
That
for diving in the VAR era is embarrassing.
That is
embarrassing. And like, it's not even like. It's not even one of the ones where like I know it was shocking, but like it wasn't even one of the ones where like you could say he was anticipating a contact or whatever, where you could get up and say to the ref, "Listen, I thought he was going to throw a leg at me." It was just like a pure obvious blatant dive.
It was the way his body moved. It was like he thought in his head he could hover, and he was just going to keep going. Like that's the way that he pulled his legs up. I was just like,
it was. And
when you're on a yellow. What do you think Andrew's has done to him as soon as he got his hands on him, man?
Mate, he is mate.
Silent treatment.
He's let him. But mate, that Bissouma's had like some kind of like his careers went amazing again.
Yeah.
Because he's getting utilised correctly. That's one of the things when you go like, yeah, if Pogba actually did have a good CDM behind him, got to play his correct position, he probably would have been one of the best Premier League midfielders. But when you don't have a system that kind of revolves around you and proves you play your correct position, you will be terrible.
Aye.
You can't adapt you can't I know I shout on Dan Fletcher, but like you can't. Not everybody can do what he does and like adapt well to positions and like John O'Shea stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like they can go play right back, left back, stuff like that, and be able to still put in a shift. But not when you're like at that level. Yeah. Like you need to be world class. Like Bissouma's legit. Mate, I would sign him.
Aye.
I would.
Ferguson built teams of players like that though that we could just
system. That's it.
Did you see you watched Match of the Day and Jonathan Pierce commentating on Bissouma's dive?
No.
It was like he caught manking in the library. Genuinely.
Was he furious?
Shameful. A real walk of shame in every sense. It's like he dived on a football match, but he's not Adam Johnson.
That's like my inner monologue when I wank.
I was going to say that.
It's my monologue when you wank, you know.
Man telling a monologue when I was leaving a rave back in the day, man.
Just
Fucking shameful, man.
Do you know who should feel ashamed? Adebayo for that miss. He might have actually topped Ryan Gravenberch's.
Guys,
They had so many chances in this game, and it was genuinely like watching Hartlepool actually, because you were watching them going, there's no way you're in the same division. There's no way you're in the same division.
Adebayo, man, legend of Manchester City.
Adebayo.
It's a very different footballer.
He's a legend. That is the centre back.
You're not allowed to mention. That was the one thing we said you weren't allowed to mention in this podcast.
Sorry.
He's going to start greeting that.
I couldn't care less about Adebayo. He was always a bit of a mental case.
Shit hot Real, mate. Terrible at Real. It was terrible.
My favourite Adebayor moment though was just when he was one of the pundits on, I think it was the World Cup in South Africa, and no one could understand a word he said.
Mate, you want to know who's terrible at doing any form of punditry? Yaya Toure. He's so bad, mate.
I've never seen him do it.
Oh, mate, I just watched that thing the other day, man. I was just going like, see for somebody that's so good at football, you know nothing about football.
Still not over that birthday cake thing, are you?
Oh, mate, that's fucking crazy. They got a fucking birthday cake. Yeah, because you're a grown man.
Also, you earned $200 a week.
Pretty sure you dubbed it at M&S, mate, all right?
I would have just gone and bought Colo one just to doubly wind them up.
Mate, that'd be so funny.
Right, okay, we'll fire through a few more of these. I don't want to talk about every game because some of them are pish.
No, some of them were.
Burnley versus Chelsea. The lemons are working.
Aye, mate, I've got that in my notes as well. The lemons are coming good, man. Finally.
Well, or in reality, Raheem Sterling's just a very good footballer.
Yeah. And Burnley are shite.
And painfully inconsistent with us. One season, like, one of the best fucking seasons like I've seen from a City player. It was like 28 goals and stuff like that.
Yeah, he scored quite a lot for you.
Really, really good, man. And then like he came back like the next season and it was just like, who the fuck is this guy? Did we just sign you?
Aye.
And that hurt though, him leaving.
Aye.
Because I was like, oh, I thought you. But I think it was the same with Liverpool fans. It's like, oh, I thought you loved us.
Aye.
Like I really hate that with players. It's like you don't talk so passionately about it. Just talk about it like it's your job. Like, oh yeah, I just happen to play here. Don't tell me like I fucking love City, man, and like, this is like I love being here, like City.
But at the same time, you can love a club and still go, I'm not getting the game time I want.
Yeah.
I need to look after my career. I want to play for England at international tournaments, and if I stay here on the bench, I'm not going to get.
Doesn't even play for England, does he?
Well, not anymore because Chelsea are shit.
So that is a bad thing and all because he's not a team leader. So having him as your senior player's crazy.
He's kind of adapting to that role now, but I think that's a necessity rather than
because Chelsea are fucking shit.
Yeah, and the only other leaders in the team would be Reece James, who is perpetually injured.
Yeah, man.
And Ben Chilwell, who is very similar, just always out.
What do you think of that then? Like, how can they be so? Like, remember, like the Chelsea of old, about one season they're pretty shit, and then the next they'll get 1 billion points in the league and win the Champions League and stuff. Like, what has happened though, where the period of it is when, oh yeah, like we've just been shit for a few seasons now, not just one, and then been great. Do you know what I mean?
When Bowley came in, did they not get rid of a lot of the staff that were at the club?
Yeah,
because they wanted a complete like refresh and it all to be their own way. And I think that's part of the problem. They got rid of a lot of people that actually knew what they were fucking doing. And they've replaced them with their own people who clearly don't. And they hired a manager that believes that lemons are going to help. So...
I've heard every nutritionist tell me that.
Well, he said he actually...
I went, really? Well, I was still kind of hanging from a tree.
Well, he said that the lemons were going off quicker when they were playing bad and now they're staying fresher longer. So he's clearly... mental.
These stay fresh lemons.
I think there's about 3 sane managers left in the Premier League. The rest of them are doolally.
Yeah.
Pep isn't one of them. He's
insane, yeah. Ange Postecoglou, Eddie Howe, and that might be it. Steve Cooper, is he normal?
Nah.
He's not normal looking, but is he normal? In fact, I shouldn't say that again.
Pep Guardiola looks as though he would write a suicide stand note to Johan Cruyff. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, that's so Pep Guardiola. Yeah. Right, let's have a wee look.
By the way, is that why you're dressed like a lemon?
Aye, mate. So lemons work.
I actually love that shirt, mate.
I know, it's
so good, man.
Oh, speaking of, actually, no, that clothing, because I was watching the Chelsea game and I thought that shirt's quite nice, but it's been completely ruined by the sponsor.
Have they got a sponsor on it?
Yeah, it's Infinite Athlete or something like that.
They never had a sponsor on it up until like 2 weeks ago.
Aye, and it looked nice, didn't it? It was quite a smart kit. But I was trying to think of some of the other worst sponsors that have completely ruined the football kit, and something reminded me of... Do you remember when Atletico Madrid in about the year 2000 were sponsored by Columbia Pictures, and so had Hellboy and Spider-Man on the front of their shirts? We'll put a photo in this so you can all see it.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's like, so the Spider-Man one has web. There's got Spider-Man and Will has web going all the way out, and then it just stops in like a perfect square. It's fucking...
That's bogging.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
Newcastle's Wonga
mate, I was going to mention
just because it was quite ironic.
Aye.
And I'll give you an example of a good one though. You know St Albans?
Yeah.
Do you know who they're sponsored by?
Enter Shikari.
Yes, and their kits are...
You see that at the Fringe? I learned that at the Fringe, mate. I did a bit of crowd work with somebody for St Albans. And I was like, Enter Shikari's my favourite band there for St Albans. And they were like, they sponsor the team.
That's so cool, mate.
That was a Slumdog Millionaire moment for me getting that question.
The kits are really smart as well because they just look like really cool, interesting fan merch. My mate's got a couple of them and they're both really nice. So
do you not think like Barcelona with like TikTok and Spotify is terrible?
The Spotify one doesn't bother me so much. TikTok, it's just a logo that doesn't lend itself to a football shirt.
No. Wouldn't even look good in like a kid's fucking outfit, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like, it's hard to get right, to be honest with you, but it's also really hard to get catastrophically wrong.
Remember the one that did get it right was the Arsenal home top, like the Henry era with the O2, the white O2. It's such a simple... And it didn't fuck with the taupe.
Aye.
Like O2 were like, we'll just put a white O2 in it.
Yeah. No.
And the night taupes at that time were the best taupes ever.
They were pretty consistently good with that. Even the yellow and blue one that they had was really nice. Again, just simple. And the sort of maroon and gold one they had, but they didn't fuck with the system too much. No. Yeah, they were always all right. But Chelsea have had this as well. I think last year when they had the 3 logo on it, it was just too big. It just looked weird, man. It's like the numbers go in the back and I don't know. It was just annoying me.
My favourite City kit is they did it like last year and it was like the black and red, but I like the OG one.
Oh yeah,
the OG one is absolutely minted. Like Dzeko looked like when he was there and wore it, man, that was fucking minted, man.
Your best one was the sort of purple and blue milky brown one. It's a masterpiece of a kit. Yeah. That's amazing.
Have you seen they've changed them this season, but last season the Newcastle away and third kits were just the Saudi colours. Yeah. It was just the Saudi national team colours. It was a white top with green trim, a green top with white trim.
Mate, very underrated kit was, I know it's not a Prem one, but the Celtic New Balance, the away like black one, kind of black and like green.
Yeah,
that was minted. Yeah. I actually had that because I was like, that is so fucking minted,
they had a couple of good kits around in, and then there was the New Balance sort of, what was it, pink and grey or something like that. It was just hideous.
That was disgusting, man.
Yeah, so they can be hit or miss, those ones. The recent connection between Adidas and Arsenal has been pretty good, so they haven't really done many badgings. The one this year, like the away sort of yellow with black squiggly line things, you've seen that one?
Aye.
I think that is going to become a kit that people in the future look back and go, oh, there's something about that now. I don't think, like, to quote Back to the Future, I don't think we're ready for it yet.
Hit or miss? That's a game my dad used to play with my mum. He never missed. He never missed.
Had a good strike rate.
That guy
should be playing up front for Luton.
Mate, that guy ever went any football, man. Tell you, mate, 100 goals this season.
Right. What other games do you talk about? Wolves, Villa, 1-1, fine. Everton versus Bournemouth. How fucked are Bournemouth?
Majorly.
Yeah.
They should be in League One. That's how fucked they are, mate.
Getting beat. Was it 3-0 it finished on?
Aye, 3-0 against Everton. If that is not a damning indictment of where your football club is, I don't know what is, man. And the thing is, we both had Wolves to go down at the start of the season.
Yeah.
I think ironically, Bournemouth are going to be the team that replaces him in that bottom three. Yeah. And they got rid of Gary O'Neill, and it's going to be Gary O'Neill that keeps Wolves up.
I did watch the highlights of this game and like see for the second goal, the one that was in after bar.
Harrison.
There was such a good period of dice ball before that. Well, the ball goes into the box, the keeper punches it, ball goes into the box, gets heated away, ball goes in again, keeper punches it, gets cleaned it, and then the guy strikes it bar.
But what a finish, by the way, from Jack Harrison. I think was originally a
we signed him because NYC, they're part of the City
group.
Mate, have you seen the thing with Sam Allardyce? And he goes, the reason Man City got beat was because it was the whole over the top ball stuff. And he goes, nobody does that anymore. It's all this tiki taka stuff. And he goes, and that style of play doesn't win you titles. And I was just looking at it going like that. Yeah, but we just won the treble with that style, mate.
Doesn't win you titles apart from in England and Germany,
Spain,
and
World Cups. Just every style of football, mate. It just kind of wins it.
It's like that, Principal Skinner. Am I so out of touch? No, it's everyone else in football that is wrong.
That's what I was saying. It's like those things. Like, see when these guys go on these programs, like, I wish I could go interview like these type of people because I would just be like, you're talking shit. Like, you mean the style of football that's won every game? You know what I mean, man?
There's a reason the whole world's copying it. That's all I'll say. Right, we'll need to wrap up relatively quickly. So, Fulham, Sheffield United, a pretty bad injury to Chris Basham. Guessing the defender mistook his name for an instruction.
No, he kicked it off.
I know, but that doesn't work.
He just wanted a joke in, alright, Paddy?
Kicked the pitch.
I try to include comedy in this every now and then.
He kicked the pitch.
It was a brutal thing. So
maybe I've done that. It's so.
I can't watch
fucking sore.
He's 35, and that kind of injury, I don't know if it's likely he's going to play again. So
mate,
fingers crossed.
Give him some fucking growth hormone. He'll be fine. Yeah, Messi took it.
When he was a child. What happens if you give it to a 6'6" adult?
Mate, that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? Because like comes back, why are you 7'8"? Oh, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Space in his leg when it's bone snaps, just got a big muscle on it.
Sorry, Mr. Heckenbottom, I'm going to go pursue my career of joining the NBA.
I wish I was doing.
Don't really have much else to say about that game. It was pretty comprehensive for Fulham.
The second goal was a pure fluke. The boy slips as he hits it. It was an absolute peach. It looked a peach. Like if you were in the stadium, you'd be like, oh,
he never meant that.
But he decks it as he's hitting it.
That's who I think we might sign. The Portuguese boy, what is it, Polina?
Oh, brilliant player.
I think we'll end up signing him in January.
He's a bit old. I think he's 31 now. He might even be older than that, but he is superb.
Just for backup, innit? Because if Rodri's even like out for 2 games, we're fucked.
You might even pick him up in January if you pick up another couple.
That's what I'm saying. I think
we did say this earlier that there isn't a team in the league that wouldn't be improved by having him in the squad. 100%, like he's a fantastic footballer. I can definitely see that. With the Fulham Sheffield United game, Sheffield United again. I'm just looking at this going, how are you in the Premier League? You go back 3 or 4 years and tell a Rangers fan that Fotheringham is going to be an English Premier League goalkeeper one day.
Crazy, mate.
And then ad lib, he's going to let in 8 goals in a game.
They'd be like, that sounds right.
And that's the guy.
He plays in the English Premier League, but he's still shit.
Still really bad.
Yeah,
he was arguably to blame for all those.
He's just shit in front of more people.
He's shit on a grander stage. You better paid shit. Palace Forest. I mean, we don't have to talk about.
I've just wrote blah.
Yeah. Blah. There was like 2 moments of actual football in this game, and then the rest of it was kind of dull.
Yeah.
But it's understandable that Palace wouldn't go out and destroy Nottingham Forest with it.
Why does that sound like a porno, mate?
No,
why have you made it sound like that?
He's gone.
I know.
Roy Hodgson is an owl, and he wouldn't destroy his natural habitat.
Yep.
You're right. No, what
you don't need bomb in your own pod, mate.
Yeah, listen. You will all know this. The shit I have to put up with him saying on this fucking podcast. The jokes he has.
I've been well behaved this week.
You have,
mate, Paddy's the fucking best thing in this podcast.
Actually, I think you'll find last week it was Jay. You'll never get to find that.
That's upsetting, man. I love Jay.
I know.
I don't like his team.
He'll come back.
I love Jay.
Well, he's technically a Villa fan, I suppose, but
I thought he was a Man U.
half his family are Man U, half are Villa, but I think he cares more about Villa than.
That's all right. I love him then.
Is there anything else we need to talk about? Since we can always do the a trivia question. Since that last week one, I could just.
I end up killing myself.
You don't need to do it. It's for the people that listen.
Terrible.
Don't answer it. Whatever you do,
don't start.
I'm going to say the completely wrong answer.
So it was based on the 98 season, wasn't it? 97, 98 when David Moyes managed his first game as a football manager, and there was 3 top goal scorers that season in the English Premier League. Who were they? That was the question.
Henrik Larsson.
Yes.
Henrik Larsson.
I wish.
Done.
He's going to get
Liam Delap.
Liam Delap. Is he even alive?
Oh mate, he's like 17.
He's Rory Delap's boy. He plays for them.
Tommy Doyle, senior.
That just sounds like a member of the Irish Republican Army.
Oh, he was. He's pretty huge. Great guy.
Rory Delap is he plays for Man City.
Yes.
This is like when you're playing football manager and you've played it too long.
It's the same with Doyle as well.
Is it?
Like his dad's a Man City legend.
Fucking hell.
No. I mean, he's already better than his dad, Liam Delap. So.
100%, mate.
Can't throw, though. Can't throw.
But
got no yeet on him. Anyway, we best wrap this up before Paul wants to commit suicide. So, thank you very much for coming on, Sean.
Was an honour, bros.
Yeah, thanks.
Absolute honour,
It's good to have you on. And good seeing you again.
Good to see you.
From all of us, it's bye. And stay fresh, cheese bags.